This is a video of using the accounts receivable to accounts payable refund check process within Dynamics GP. We're going to be using GP 2016 for this video. So let's take a look at the refund module. We're going to start by taking a look at setup. So we'll go to the sales series, we'll come down here to setup, and the second choice here is refund checks. What this is for you to have a suspense account, which is where the in and out is going to go for the GL transactions until they get to their final destination. Your voucher description prefix, the next voucher number, and the debit memo description. Down here you have auto create vendors from customers, and then do you want to create vendors as temporary vendors? Temporary vendors really aren't temporary, they are assigned a number. They do keep them in a range. Usually it starts with TEMP or anything that you want to do in your payable setup. Over here, integrate with the EFT, electronic fund transfer, in your accounts payable. And then here, whether you want to auto open the print payables checks window. This will actually start the check processing, because when you do process, this is going to create a batch. It's going to then select those vouchers that you're creating from this, and then it's going to get you to the print screen. Down here, if you want a default vendor class for when these vendors are created, you can select it here, and that will then allow the vendor to assume all of the account numbers, all the settings, and that vendor class has. Creating your ID, you have two choices here. The vendor ID can equal the customer ID, or the vendor ID could be the next default vendor ID. I'm going to leave it there and just simply click on OK, and so that is my setup. Now to process, all I need to do is go over to the transactions screen and go down to refund checks. So with the refund checks, I have to give it a batch, and so I created one earlier. Currencies or functional currency only, whether you want to integrate this with the EFT module, and then the document date you want to put on this. Create a refund for, it can be for specific documents, which then you would come down here and look up the customer and that information here, or you can do credit balance customers. And this is what I'm going to do. And then the minimum refund amount, I'm going to put in a penny. You can put in $50 or whatever you want, and then it will choose everything above that with the balance. So when I'm done, I click on Insert, and it found two transactions or two customers with balances, and then there's no corresponding vendor ID. And then here's what the debit memo is going to be. So it's creating a debit memo, obviously, to increase the balance on that customer account so it gets to be 0. So then I'm going to highlight here, and I'm going to create a vendor. And I guess that one already exists, so I'll go out and find it. And we'll see if this one's already created. Nope, brings it up with the vendor maintenance screen, and then I can make any changes I want and then save. And so now that is, well, it looks like it changed this one. Nope, I'm just seeing things incorrectly. Okay, so from here, I can click on the process button. I also can print an edit list if I want to just double check of what's going to happen with this. But I'm going to go ahead and click on process. Here is my confirmation screen, and then it's going to go ahead and process. I'm not going to do all of these reports. Here all the processing is going on. And so I'll just show up this report here, and it shows then that accounts receivable is being increased for the cost of those credit memos, the debit memos, and then it's going into a cash suspense account. And this will stay that way until I actually cut the checks. So now you'll see that we're brought to the payables check processing screen. Just the normal check processing. Here's where you have your next check number. the check option you want. And so really at this point, I just click on print, and the checks with stub on top are going to be generated. And as you see, there's just normal checks. And then it comes back here for you to process. And just like a normal check run, you can void checks, reprint checks, just like the normal check processing. So I'm going to go ahead and click on process and close out of these reports. And here the processing goes. And at this point, then we can go ahead and take a look at a customer. And I believe it was the Astor Suites. And I chose one with a lot of transactions in it. Okay. So we've got the transactions here. Let's see if I can find a easier one. Don't remember everybody I put in here. I think I should have printed the reports out. Earlier I had done one for here. You'll see here there's the debit memo, and then here's the corresponding payment, basically canceling those two out. At this point, the only other thing you would need to do is post the batch over in the general ledger, depending on your setup. But that is how you use the refund checks module that you find in the sales series. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching our short video, and if you do need any help, feel free to reach out to us at our contact information on the screen. Thanks, and you have a great day.